See everyone? Everyone is good. Today we're going to a cabin with Grandma and Grandpa.
We're gonna go see Grandpa? Yeah, okay, so you gotta be a good boy until we get there, okay? Mwah. Say bye.
Bye.
Bye. One of the things that surprises me the most about having the Tesla is when Ellie drives. Not that Ellie driving is a surprise, it's that she never uses autopilot.
Because I like driving the car.
We're on this long stretch of freeway with literally nothing in between us for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and she doesn't use autopilot. So I think today is the day that you are gonna change, yeah?
Sure, do you want me to get in the other lanes?
Sure, yeah, if you wanna do that, that's fine, but what I think is you double tap that gear stock.
Okay, I've
Double tap it down,
only...
down, not in, down.
Okay, what if I did it up? What would it do?
It wouldn't do anything.
But you shouldn't.
You shouldn't, yeah, because that would mean...
You go down.
Yeah, it's trying to get into reverse.
Got it.
But you don't want to do that while you're driving.
Double tap down, 1, 2.
There you go.
Ah, it feels so weird.
Isn't that crazy?
It feels weird because when you first do it, the car is like, what am I doing? It's like thinking where it needs to be. And
well, do you want to know why it did that? Because you were on the side of the lane and it was like, oh, better.
It was my fault.
Gotta get back over here.
Correcting Ellie.
And then you just tug the wheel just a touch. There you go, and now you're good to go.
Now, if the semi slows down, will the car slow down?
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to move away from the semi. No one's around. I'm going to put on my blinker, right?
Yep. And we're changing lanes.
It's going to turn for me. Oh my hell. Do I turn the blinker off now? Nope, it did it for me.
Yeah,
oh my gosh. This is weird.
Isn't that magical?
I'm sweating.
And if you have navigate on autopilot turned on, you don't even have to do that. It would see that the semi's in front of you and it would change lanes for you.
I feel like my foot, this is the brake. I need to like be prepared.
That's the most important thing is, even though you're on autopilot, you are still paying attention. That's one of the biggest and most important things that I take. Yeah.
You do not vlog and drive.
You still
We're going
attention.
by a semi! Look!
Oh, you gotta put your apply
look,
first.
Look, we're going
there
by a semi! Hello! Oh my gosh!
This is
NASA!
I knew it!
For butt.
Yeah, it's so worth it though, Ellie. I wanna grab these.
Grab all of them.
All of them? Okay, at least 2.
Yeah, we'll grab 2.
Okay, I've gotta tell you about these things.
In the car.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so glad they have them. Like this is
it feels
the
so
craziest
wrong.
thing. I know.
That's so right.
So first, let me tell you a little bit of a backstory. The other day when I was driving back from my job interview, I had an appointment with the dentist. I was like, crap, I just had all this junk food and onion rings. I've got to get something to freshen my breath so the dentist isn't too terrified by my mouth and the smell. So I found these. This is not a sponsorship, I have to say that, but they're called Listerine Ready Tabs. And what you do is you chew them up, swish them in your mouth, and then swallow. Yeah, kind of crazy.
Jared and I are literally in an argument right now.
I'm not rude. I'm not.
I said, let me drive.
I walked over and I was like, oh, it's you just drove the last leg. It's my turn. And you're
but
like,
every time we drive, you drive. And for once, it's like a road trip and I want to drive.
I just don't want you to have to drive.
You don't like me driving.
I mean, that's partially true, but I also don't want you to have to drive. Okay, should we try these?
Yeah.
Well, what if should we get a Blizzard first?
I don't want one.
I want one. No?
Sure, but I want to try this.
All right. So
Jared came home yesterday and he goes, Ellie, did you brush your teeth yet? I was
said
packing.
no.
And I said no. And he goes, try this. You chew it, you swish it, and you swallow it. I know people that when they use mouthwash, they'll swallow just a tiny bit.
Oh, I can't do that. It specifically tells you not to do that.
So that's why I'm like, this seems wrong. It seems like you're swallowing a bunch of chemicals.
We've been told all our lives not to swallow mouthwash. And so when it's telling you to swallow this, it feels so like I'm going to die.
But it's like, come on.
Ready?
Yep.
Cheers.
You chew it for 10 seconds.
Uh-huh.
This is what it looks like. I want the new vlog camera that comes out that's really cool at zooming.
And it turned into a liquid. I don't know how.
Look.
Oh, gross!
Okay.
And like my teeth feel clean, my breath is fresh, Smell my breath.
Good, not great.
It's really strong.
Yeah, it's good, huh?
Like, I kind of like it.
I love it. It's probably the best thing
Refresher that you can have.
Like, more than gum, more than mints and Altoids and everything.
More than the strips.
It's really great.
It's intense.
The Tesla guy just waved to me.
We saw him a few hours ago at the stop, and then we met eyes, and I was like, hey, how are ya? But I have to ask you guys, do you swallow?
If you swallow mouthwash, there's something wrong.
No, there's not.
I mean,
think a lot of
you're
people
not
do.
supposed to. You're not
I think
supposed
some
to.
people do a tiny bit. Obviously, I mean, this is weird, but I like it. Woo! This has been... Hey, Jared ended up driving, by the way.
Oh, I forgot. Ellie sat in the car. She's like, you know, I don't want to drive.
I was like, okay, fine. I want to close my eyes. We have come down to St. George more in the last month than we have our whole marriage.
Yep.
We came down to look at 2 more lots. I'm pretty sure we keep saying, oh, we're gonna get this lot, we're gonna get this lot. Things go quick down here. So we are looking at 1 other lot, and then we're gonna go home. It's gonna be a really quick trip.
For all of the times that Ellie has talked about the weather where our house is right now, I want to show you something, Ellie. Look at that temperature right there. And tell me what you think about that.
Hot mama!
Does that say Ellie Mecham right there? I think it does.
105 degrees.
If you can stand that, yep, we're gonna be just fine.
I will take 2 months of miserable heat compared to 5 months of miserable cold.
Oh, for sure.
I would much rather it be hot. It feels good already. I'm excited to go outside.
The next morning.
We've been driving the last few days, haven't even showed you what we're doing. But we are actually going to drive. We are looking at homes also. We're looking at homes and land. Ideally, we would like to buy land. It's hard here. I found a house that's in our price budget, that's in the square footage that we would like, and we would definitely do some upgrades to it eventually, but I do really like the location, and I like the size of lot, and I like the layout of the house. It's an open concept, which is great. It's not like we'd have to like break down any walls. So we're gonna drive, and hopefully we'll be able to get in and look.
And I am being open-minded. I am going to allow this to, I'm gonna let us look at it and just go in with an open mind and an open heart, and we'll go from there, because I really would like to build rather than buy.
And that's kind of what we were having a little tiff about, is I thought, Jared, you keep saying nothing smaller than a half acre, and I'm sitting here maybe not agreeing, but I'm just like, okay, if that's what you want. And I'm sitting here wanting to look at this house, and you're not wanting to, and I'm saying, hey, bend a little and let's just look.
My thought is, I just don't want to settle and, you know, in a year or 2 from now be like, well, I wish we would have done this instead. You know, so it's like, I don't want to have those.
You don't want to be
regrets.
rushed, not settled, because I don't think that's settling.
Well, I don't know. I think it's settling if it's not exactly what you want. Like, if I go into this knowing I don't necessarily want it, that's settling.
Okay.
So we'll see. I mean, I could be surprised. That's the thing. You have to look, or you're not gonna know.
It's a good thing I'm wearing glasses right now.
Are you crying?
No, it's just like, okay, we sold our freaking house.
We gotta do something.
I mean, we don't have to. We could always be like, no, we're good. But I also feel really good about this, and we're going to go through selling the house. This is just a lot. Oh my heck, beautiful.
We're here at the house. I'm a little apprehensive about things, but I don't know. I really enjoyed the building process, but look how big this backyard is. And it's all flat. That's one of the biggest things that we are looking for in moving, is a flat yard. I feel like we have a lot of beautiful space at our house now, but it's not usable space in terms of like play and everything.
This is the biggest lot
Yeah, it's so big.
that we found in our price.
So, what do you think? Do you like it?
I do, but it would be completely different than what we were imagining.
Mm-hmm.
It would be like renovation, remodel.
Exactly. This would be a renovation project, not a build project.
So we need to send it to someone who knows their stuff and see what they could do. Because we're not that kind of people.
I'm not that kind of person. I mean, it's a beautiful lot. The house obviously was built before Ellie was even born. So there's a lot of
Updating.
potential. We'll call that, yeah, a lot of updating. But what this showed me personally, and I haven't even said this to Ellie, is it shows me how much we have to work with for a certain amount of space. So 1/2 acre, 0.6 acres, we can do so much with it. And like that just showed me visually the space that we would have.
We would have so much space.
We would have so much space. I don't know if I want to get this, but it shows me the space that we could have for sure.
I have a contractor right now that I'm calling, and I'm just gonna get a bid and just be like, how much would it be to demo this upstairs and push it? That's what I need to know. Oh my gosh. I don't think it's, I would love it to happen because of the neighborhood, the area, the lot, but I don't know if Jared's up for this type of project.
I couldn't do anything. There's nothing that I could do to help.
But guess what? Ruby and Kevin were in the same boat.
I know. That is true. But there are so many questions that have to be answered before we even getting close to pulling the trigger. Yeah, even considering.
Let me call this contractor.
Yeah.
Am I saying this? I think that the lot and house is just too big. It's like we're looking at too small and now this is too big. Do I think it's gonna work out? No, I'm gonna look into it, but...
If you don't look into it, you don't know what the options are, right?
But I think the yard is beautiful. I think we're gonna be tired because that's one of the reasons, like, we don't wanna upkeep so much.
This is Ellie.
I'm tired.
Ellie's like, we're gonna do this lot. It's gonna be
I didn't
amazing.
say we're doing it. I said I want to look at it.
I'm just kidding with you.
Okay, that's it. We're gonna go look at one more lot. And
we're gonna show you 2 more places. We're gonna show you 2 more places that we've been looking at, and one that we have basically put a hard reservation on. This right here is one of the lots that we have been looking at and very seriously considering. Now, when Ellie and I drove here yesterday, it was a very quiet time in the neighborhood. I'm not talking about the construction that's happening over there. This is a brand new development, so there's tons of building going on. I'm talking about the road that's behind us. This is a very busy road, and it's only going to get busier as the development comes along. And the road noise was very loud. And to me, that just kind of was like, oh, I don't know if I want that, especially with us filming, doing that sort of thing. But I mean, the views are actually really, really nice. It'll be a long time before that area gets developed too. So this is a great lot, but I don't think it's the winner in our book. Technically, we have a reservation on it. We put a little money down to hold it for us, basically while we decide and look at all of the other options around us, which we found out isn't very many. Now, it might look like we're in the middle of nowhere. This is a future development that is coming soon, but it's nice because it's kind of nestled in the center of everything. You have views all the way around. It's going to be a nice cul-de-sac, and that's exactly what we're looking for, and we would probably get one of the first picks of the lots. So I think this might be it. This plot of land might be our future home.
Hi, baby.
Are you talking to Tommy?
Hi.
Hi, Tom. You're not Tom. Oh, there you are. There's Grandpa.
Hi.
Hi.
The second she said hello, he knew it was her.
Oh, hi. That's your daddy.
You don't even like it. You don't even know.
Is that a fun surprise?
Mama.
Do we sneak up on you again? That's funny. Hi, Tom.
He didn't even
I
know.
didn't even know you were here.
That's funny. Hey, bud, give me a kiss. Mwah.
Hi.
We finally made it home. We have to be so quiet because Mommy is rocking Tommy to sleep. Guys, I said be quiet. Don't tickle each other. Hey, did you have such a good time with Grandma and Grandpa? Good, I'm so glad. I can't wait for all of us to go to the cabin. That would be so much fun. Okay, but that's gonna be it from us, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, give it a big thumbs up, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.